Audicratic audio.
It was one of my regular trips down to New York City, and I knew the guy who was worked at Arista Records, and really good guy, and we hit it off, whatever, and he'd always look out for me. And there was one time I was in Atlanta for work, and Outkast were in the studio, and I wasn't playing a lot of Outkast, but let me, like, he said, "Hey, listen, they're down at this studio if you want to swing by and meet the guys." And I was like, "Great." And I did that. But one time I was in the city, New York City, and visiting him, and he said, "Hey, listen, Biggie's in the studio down the street. I was about to go stop down. You want to go down?" And I was like, "Hell yeah. Like, let's go." And I had a recorder with me. And I remember we rolled into the studio, and I don't know what they were doing at the time, but and if they were just doing something for someone else, or because I know the Junior Mafia record was already out, but whatever. And it was like Biggie and Little C's, and they're rolling up something, and right there in the studio. And he introduced me as, he said, "It's a toast from Albany. What up?" He recorded a drop. He messed up the drops, and we recorded another one. And then I just bounced. Like, I knew I wasn't supposed to be there, and I wasn't looking to hang out. And I was like, "Yeah, thank you." And I kept it moving. And like that memory will always, that's going to be burned in the back of my mind when I'm on my deathbed. Like, I spent 45 seconds with Biggie in the studio, and he cut two drops for me. And I
So
just
sick.
happened to be lucky. Like, I was in the right place at the right time. And kind of got that sort of, brief moment with a legend. Yeah. And if I didn't have the recorder in my bag, right, we didn't have a cell phone. So it was no picture. But I had that recorder and was able to get that. So, and there were times where I was also like hesitant. Like, I remember Dre and Snoop in a parking lot of a hotel at this convention one time. Like, I was like scared to run up to him and get a drop. This was deep cover time period. And I'm like, all right. My buddy, like, "You got a recorder, go up and get it." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna bother them. They don't look, they've got the
Fine
don't,
line, yeah,
yeah,
there's a
they've got
fine
this
line.
don't mess with me look." And there were like 40 dudes around them. I'm like, "Yeah, he's a short little white guy running up to him with a recorder. What are they, like I'm from TMZ or something. This is gonna be
Right.
funny."